Hi, welcome back. So this is my second video. I was challenged to do 10 videos in 10 days. Today, I want to continue about lessons learned and talk about some things that I've been through that maybe can help you, that you're going through or may go through. I would say the most important thing as far as a concept in my life that's carried me through, even from childhood, was never stop, never give up. Now, I'm very persistent, and I've been associated with careers that involve persistency, both as a musician and also in sales. So I have a long sales career and an engineering career too, and have done a lot of interesting things, made a lot of interesting projects and designs, mostly in electronics, and I still do. I still design. And, I sell what I design. It's kind of an interesting deal. But I was not a very good student in school. I loved baseball. I loved Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout. Yeah, as a great baseball player and track and field athlete. And like I said in my first video, I came from a Hollywood motion picture family, living in Encino, California, an upper middle class family. And I was pretty much the only member of the family that didn't go that direction. I had too much fun with my friends and goofing around, and school was not really my thing, but I hung in there, graduated high school, did some college, and learned electronics, learned how to design with electronics, and self-taught, and just did things a little differently than everybody else. I didn't get the college degree my siblings got. I kind of struck it out on my own. I got married young, had 3 beautiful daughters from that first marriage. And we'll talk more about that. But I've been married to my current wife, Shelley, for 35 years, almost 36. We have 5 children, so I have 8 kids. I'm 68 at the time of making this, and I am still very much gainfully employed, have side businesses. I've always had side businesses. And I want to instruct on this idea that you need to always be in motion, always be growing. I've made a ton of mistakes, through an addiction cycle I went through, and kind of losing my first family, having to reform my life, coming to Christ. I was born Jewish, and made the change, became a Christian. And even though I did that, I still had problems. But I just kept hitting away at what I thought would be the right thing to do to overcome myself. And eventually it worked. And we'll talk more about that in subsequent videos. But lessons learned, yeah. It's really about the way I think. And so the way I think got me in a lot of trouble. I've even had a little trouble where I had to spend a few nights as a guest of LA County. This is a long time ago. Long time ago. But, I think that my thinking has got me where I'm at today, and I'm really proud of it. I'm really happy with it. And I'm really, really succinctly in love with my spirituality and where I met with Jesus and the Holy Spirit. And I look back on all these things that happened to me that I brought about, and they're all growth. It's all growth. And thank God I'm still here, because I lived kind of a crazy life. After I became a Christian, I met Ronald Reagan at my church down in LA a couple times. That's where I went to church. And was influenced by great leaders, great Boy Scout leaders. But I took this turn where I became a hippie, and I was like the guy with all the pot on the campouts and all that stuff, and just went, followed the Grateful Dead for years and just led kind of an alternative lifestyle. I'm really glad I did that. I'm not really glad about the drugs, but I'm really glad about the Grateful Dead because I identify as a sober Christian deadhead who's also a worship leader at church. Now, is that a crazy combination? But that's part of who I am. I'm also a functional medicine. I wouldn't say I'm an expert, but I'm extremely well versed on functional medicine, natural medicine. Um, I drink deeply of the natural medicine world. I have a very unusual diet that involves a lot of really great proteins and supplements, and I've been a leader in a couple of network marketing companies, and one of them is I'm not here to talk about that, but I've been a leader in functional health through network marketing, and I have an income from that. But that's not what this is about. Um, what this is about is thinking about the things we're saying. You know, have a side business, have an interest, have your faith, rebuild yourself. You know, come from way back, keep going forward. Being a worship leader with my wife at our church is a phenomenal experience. I love worship music. I play bass. Um, I did richly drink from the well of some of the psychedelic music of the 60s because the melodies and the rhythms were just so fantastic. Compared to what you hear today, I'm, I'm not going to apologize, but I am sorry for the way music is today because I don't hear the symphony. I don't hear the melodies. I don't hear the creativeness, the richness. I don't hear the genuosity. It's not there in much of the music. So there's some. And I have a few friends I hang out with that still produce incredible music. My buddy Glenn in Sebastopol, California, I think has done about 11 or 12 albums, and gifted musician, great guy. We still play together when we can get together. But most of my genre right now is worship music, and just my life experiences kind of come out in that music, and I'm just really happy to be living this world right now. It's a crazy time. Tomorrow's the election for 2024. Who knows? But here's the most important thing I'm going to leave you with. No matter what happens in that election, whenever you're seeing this video, it could be a year later, you're going to prosper if you want to. You don't have to lose your job, right? And have nothing, because what about having a side business? Okay, and it can be anything. You know, it can be window washing, but something that you have multiple sources of income, okay, and be in a community of some sort. You know, you're not alone. Don't be alone. You know, people say, hey, yeah, I'm going to go to this church. You know, don't just go to that church. Become that church. Belong to that church. If you're, and you get, I'm not saying you have to be of my faith, but whatever faith you might end up being, belong to that community. Get involved. Get involved in it could be a recovery community. It could be a Christian group. It could be that you choose Catholic or Jewish or even in the Muslim world or whatever that is. Become part of that community. You know, serve in that community. Why? Because it'll keep you going. It'll keep you healthy. It'll keep you moving. You'll meet the right people. Life will happen. You'll be blessed. You'll be spoken well of, right? That's where you want to be in your life. You want people to speak well of you, and you want to be, you know, in that ebb and flow where you just feel the energy and people feel the energy around you too. So no matter what happens in this election, you can be successful. Now, as we go on these videos, I'm going to reveal some of the tips and tricks and people I know and that you can have access to also for different, I'm not going to call them business opportunities, they're just mindsets and different ways of making money that maybe didn't occur to you, okay? And this is not going to be John talking about money all the time. But I'll tell you what, it's a lot better to have money than not have money. You can do a lot more with it. And these times that are coming up, you want to prepare yourselves. Because we don't know what's going to happen. But if you can prepare, we'll talk about prepping too. You know, there's just so many things that we can do we can share. I'm excited about your comments, and I will be back. I'll make another video tomorrow, and you all have a blessed time, and think about the lessons that you can learn. I'm out.